Vamos ver se é legal esse jogo aí.
How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
Bora testar, né?
Welcome to BIOMUTANT. Encode your DNA.
Vou de primal para testar.
Define your
Ih. Caramba, tem. Sim. Olha só. Chance de crítico.
genetic structure.
Que doideira. Define um código genético ali de acordo com o que você escolher. Deixar assim mesmo. É isso.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Essa viu? Sei lá. Bem, na moral, não sei não. Meio também.
Choose your fur style.
Tiro do pelo. um padrãozinho.
Pick your main color.
Também color. Essa cor. Perdi. É o default. Ah, pode crer. Brilha. Aí, é assim mesmo.
Choose your detail color.
Ah, é a cor do meio dele. Entendi.
Pick a Sabot Cypher, Commando, Dead Mercenary.
É classe. Tá. Mario.
Deadeye.
Goleiro.
Commando. Cypher. Saboteur. Sentinel. Dead Mercenary.
Cara, geralmente eu jogo de arqueiro, essas coisas. Joga de mercenário, ver como é que fica.
Mercenary chosen.
É isso, né?
Good choice.
Good choice.
Here's somebody with a troubled past,
Da hora, cara, já
drawn
começa
into the
aqui já.
spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living.
Ei, esquerda ou direita?
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Caraca, velho. Olha. Eu vou escolher o força e poder, né? Verdade e lealdade. Putz. Força e poder.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Que louco, velho. Esse escuridão é pra mim. Escuridão são os... Ah, não. Escuridão pra mim.
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right choice to begin with. Why would you change your mind?
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. In the end, it's the way you act that counts.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually, it'll be my way or the highway.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Right is always right.
Olha o gráfico disso aí, cara. O roda liso. Louco. Eita.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
mas já? Da hora. Que rola, tá. Vira pantera. Ai, ai, ai. Que papai. Nossa. Muito comum. Nem sei como é que eu fiz isso.
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Fugir desse bicho, tá? É isso. Tentando matar ele ali. Tava fazendo errado. Nossa, muito esquisito, muito comando aqui.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Flash the slash.
Nada disso aqui.
oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Ponta suga pra caramba. Entendi. E nada? Eita. Boa. Melhor não ir lá, né?
First.
Entendi. Tá. Usa, precisa quebrar ela contra. Tá. Além tira bastante energia. Os caras tem 2 hits ainda. Sabe? Ah, tá. Posso comprar um negócio aqui. Pode corpo a corpo, vamos ver. Mas tem uma mão. Entendi. Nossa, complicadinho aqui.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Bastão. Boa. Animal.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Esquisito ter que atacar com o botão direito.
It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Ah, é que eu vou morrer. Nossa, ficou cheio de sujeira. Vou ter alguma coisa ali. Será que eu tento pular ali? Pulinho. Tem uma coisa ali. Doideira, esse gráfico tá meio, sei lá, brilhoso. Vídeo 6 minutos. Do porcaria nenhuma.
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks travelled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Será que pode errar? Mais uma vez? Tá, aqui. Branco e amarelo. Aqui. Isso.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing.
Pew-pew.
It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
Agora que eu vi que tem um grilo aqui, ó. Tava aí, mas...
It's going to take a bit
Parei
of
agora.
puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's going to leave a mark. So much damage. That'll teach him. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and the legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is... The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. It's a scar
Do you
you're
know the
covering
way?
under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes. The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's... Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Cara, que da hora esse gráfico.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here to... The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here fueling its source of life. Magic. He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you...
Tá, vamos lá. Vamos lá. Pra voltar. A gente vai pro brilhante.
You
Opera
found
Elvis.
one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Bem enrolado esse começo de jogo aí.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined.
Faço ideia do que tá acontecendo.
He lost you there for a while. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but the tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the world... Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution, the second coming, and our lineage. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route.
Jumbo.
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Murkpuff that dwells deep
Aí
down
eu
under the
acho que
surface
sei o
at
mapa.
the end of the northwest route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoofpuff at the end of the east route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porkypuff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the... The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree... His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Googlide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Ixi. Esse tá aí dá pra pular mesmo. Boa.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Legal o mapa. Eita!
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time.
Só isso, parece.
That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Acho que forma um todo e flui por todas as coisas. Normalmente você pode... Tá.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Ah, you're too sharp to fall for that. Let me guide you into the light.
Wait, what? No, you were off to such a great start.
I always knew you had a good heart.
Just think of yourself, would you? The world is ending.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important. Out of date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of
Faço ideia do que eu tenho que fazer.
The tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit. He believes you share Jagni's view on the world. Regardless, Jagni would welcome someone that had helped them against the Myriad. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Geralmente, tem que escolher uma aí, rastrear a missão.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
The bridge. O negócio tá pra lá, né? Por aqui mesmo. Quase morri.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. Right in the face.
Agora que eu vi que esses malucos são nível 5. Nossa, que da hora.
Cutting edge.
Ixi, eu não tinha acertado eles.
Slash and dash. You're low on health.
É isso.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
E onde tem que ir? É longe? Entendi não. É ali.
That's the Myriad tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Points out that the Sifu has a tight schedule, but is willing to let you in and find out if he has an open slot.
Vou pegar esse Shifu aí e vou terminar a live também, porque eu tô com sono já. Capotando aqui em cima da cadeira.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace.
Sério, cara, tô dormindo aqui já.
Is convinced that defeating the
Esse
world
começo do jogo é
and saving
chatinho,
the
tá ligado?
tree
Os
of
caras que
life
jogaram
is
falaram
the
que era
only way to make the
bem
world a
monótono no
better place.
começo.
He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin, the wall that separates them from the other side, the wasteland you came from. He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the... There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the
Acho que esse jogo é
land,
chinês,
and there are
cara.
rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. Says there has to be some dark so that light can prove its purity above it, and promises this will happen if you help them unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the Tree of Life. He could only hope for you to do that, and is thankful you know what's right. That's a sign of strength. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The Myriad were placed here to fulfill a certain purpose, chosen to unite the tribes and take control of their destiny. The tribes need a firm hand guiding them into the future.
Isso, é isso.
Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. You need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of.
É muito legal esse aí, cara. Boa.
He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Vamos ver então.
Even though you don't share their values, they hope you'll lead with mercy. The outcome of this war is up to you. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite. They passed the point of no return as their words lost power and see no other way forward than using violence to combat violence. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul. And anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong. Even though it's now a different place from a different time, it is...
Aí, finalmente terminou. Qual o jogo? É isso, meu povo. Vou encerrar a live aqui, que senão eu vou dormir aqui em cima do computador mesmo. Beleza? Boa noite pra vocês aí. Valeu!